Hi friends, it's your pal Scott Garibay, and today we're going to talk about Professor Dungeon Master's fantastic list of the top 20 most popular games of 2025. Today we're going to talk about number 8. So the company who made number 8 is Catalyst Games, and their game that made it to number 8 is Shadowrun with 125 events. All right, so I am very shocked to see Shadowrun this high. So Shadowrun has an absolutely phenomenal world. It is, let me tell you my experience with Shadowrun. So I discovered Shadowrun in 1991, and I was at college, and I was in, and I started running Shadowrun in college. I absolutely fell in love with the world. I absolutely love Shadowrun's world. However, Shadowrun is it has the worst, it's quite famous for it. It has one of the worst rule systems ever. You do these pools of D6s, and it's so poorly designed. You end up rolling 10, 15, even 20 D6s, and ones are like, you can get these, it's a mess. It is such a hot mess. And the rules are terrible. The rules are absolutely terrible. So I am really shocked that Shadowrun was able to make it this high onto the list, with its rule system as bad as it is. And you know what's really sad? They are on their 6th edition of Shadowrun. 6th edition, and the rules are still utter garbage, right? But those rules are attached to one of the most elegant, beautiful worlds ever, right? Dunkelzahn. And the world is fantasy and cyberpunk together. So just think of cyberpunk, and now at the age of 13, or around like 12, 13, people goblinize or they don't. They turn into elves, they turn into goblins, they turn into minotaurs, and they turn into orcs, right? Or they remain human, right? And then there are also magical creatures in the world, and there are literally dragons, right? So it's a fantasy world it's a cyberpunk with a fantasy pour over. It is so good. I cannot tell you how good it is. Just one of the best worlds ever. And I will tell you right now, this game needs a new rules engine like nobody's business. Another thing is it also needs to be tightened up as far as dealing with the astral world and with the cyber deck world, like the cyber world, because the way it's structured right now is very problematic from a narrative perspective. Because you have, one of your player characters is like asleep in a van. You could have two characters asleep in a van. One's in the astral plane and one's in the cyber world, right? And like neither one of their meat sack bodies are like conscious. It's a real problem. And I think they really needed to have somebody just kind of look at the overall structure of it. But I'm extremely proud of Shadowrun for making it to number 8. And I have to say, I think that I'm extremely proud of Catalyst Games for doing this. They took this over from FASA quite a few years ago. And if you don't know, this is really interesting too. Who actually owns Catalyst Games? It's Topps, the card maker, right? So really, really interesting. And there's a lot of love for this game over the decades, and I'm so glad that it's still around and it's powering itself to success. Every single word you just heard in this video is my humble opinion. Nothing more, nothing less. The important part is when I get to hear your humble opinion. When you get in the comments and send your traffic, please consider liking and subscribing, and have a fetch millennium.